Hello everyone. In today's video, I want to be your mouthpiece regarding the teaching route, the teaching opportunity to come to the UK as a non-UK teachers. And I know at the moment there's been a lot of content being put out, a lot of information, and at times it can be so confusing. We don't even know which one is which, and I know that for those intending to come to the UK to teach, there will be some questions in your mind, and you need some answers. And today I want to be your mouthpiece. Let me see if I can answer some questions that might be in your mind regarding this teaching routes. And I want to start with the TRCN, which is the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. I am a Nigerian, so I'm going to be talking from the Nigerian. I'm going to be using the Nigerian environment as my case study because I live in the UK, but I originated from Nigeria. And I was a qualified, I am a qualified teacher. I taught in Nigeria for 8 years before I relocated to the UK. Although I've deviated, I'm no more teaching at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to go back to it. Not now, I don't know. Right. And the UK or England teaching license, if I can put it that way, is about the QTS, the qualified teacher status. And what is the difference between the QTS and the TLCN? Are they the same? Do they mean the same, or you have to have the QTS after having the TLCN? There isn't any difference, or you don't need to have the QTS and also have the TLCN. QTS is just the license in which UK teachers use. Like every countries have their own standard of education, their own terms, their own terminologies, their own certificates, or different names that they give to different qualification. So QTS is used in England for qualified teachers, while in Nigeria we use the TRCN. And the irony of it is that I never heard about TLC before I left Nigeria. So when I go, I'm like, what is TLCN, to be honest? Well, I think TLCN is going to be more familiar to government teachers, like those that teaches in the public sector, in the public schools. So I didn't teach in the public sector. So maybe that is why I don't know about TLCN, to be honest, because I never heard about TLCN. But so TLCN is a body, like a council, which regulates the teaching profession in Nigeria. So if you work in the teaching sector in Nigeria, you must have the TLCN license to show that you are a teacher and you have the license to practice. So the question is, do I need to have a QTS after having TLCN? No. It is still recognized and accepted if you have the TLCN. It's like a similar qualification in which UK governments or schools will still accept if you don't have the QTS. However, if you want to go ahead and still have the QTS, it's just for you to apply, and that you can also have it. But it's not compulsory that since you have your TLCN, that you should have the QTS. But you must have either of the two. But if you school in the UK, you have your teaching qualification in the UK, I think you need to have the QTS if you get qualified as a teacher in the UK. But if your qualification was in Nigeria, then you have to have the TLCN. However, if you still decide to have the QTS, then you can also say go ahead and have that. Okay? And the next question is, how can I get a TLCN license? If you live in Nigeria at the moment, then you need to surf the internet, check the website, and you're going to see how you can apply for the TLCN, but you need to write an exam. There is an exam coming up in May 2023 for those that intend having the TLCN, so that they can like write the exam, and you must pass 50% depending on the questions. Maybe like, I don't know how many questions they're gonna set. If it's 20 questions, then you must pass 10. That is the minimum pass mark before you can be issued the TLCN license as a teacher in Nigeria. So, in one sentence, TLCN is equivalent to QTS. It's just that they are both used in different countries. Okay, wherever you practice, TLCN is used in Nigeria and QTS is used in the UK as a recognized license for teaching. And TLCN is highly recognized to be used in the UK for teaching profession, right? Now to my next question. Mind you, I said I'm speaking your mind. I'm asking some questions that you might have. But in case you have more questions, please drop it in the comment section. I'll come back to answer that. Okay? Now, what is the difference between public school and independent school in the UK? And is the QTS highly recognized or a qualification to reckon with where you are applying for teaching job in the UK? Public schools are schools owned by government in the UK, and 85% of school-age children go to public schools, which is known as government schools in the UK, while independent schools is a private school in the UK, where in a small percentage of the population of school-age children attend in the UK. So it depends on you if you want to go to a public school or to the private school. Mind you, they both teach and they both have good curriculum to train and tutor your children, right? But it depends on your choice. And government school is 100% free, while independent school, which is also known as a private school, paid school. You have to pay termly for that service. And private schools, also known as independent schools, do not require the QTS. Some do, but not like a must for you to be employed to teach in private schools in the UK. In as much you have your BSc, you have your education certificate equivalent to level 6, then with all that requirement that the school is going to ask you, then you are good to go. Now, another question is, who can apply for teaching jobs in the UK? Anybody can apply for teaching jobs in the UK in as much as you are a graduate of any field of study and that you have teaching experience. Then you are eligible to apply for teaching jobs in the UK or any country of the world, right? And another question is, can NCE holders apply for teaching jobs in the UK? At the moment, the law has not stated that NCE holders, as in just NCE qualification, can apply for teaching jobs in the UK. The qualification requirement is you must be a university graduate with teaching experience before you can apply. And or your qualification must be up to level 6 standard. In the UK, a university graduate is equivalent to a level 6 qualification. So if you have a BSc, if you are a BSc holder, then your qualification is equivalent to a level 6. And the NCE holder, the qualification is not up to level 6. In fact, NCE holder qualification is equivalent to a year 1 student in the UK, in the university. So at the moment, NCE holders are not eligible. They are not on the list for now, based on what the government said, to apply for teaching jobs in the UK. I don't know about teaching assistant. I've made some researches, and some teaching assistant vacancies I've seen does not even allow an NC holder to apply. You must have the QTS status. And before you can apply for the QTS, you must be a university graduate. Try it and say, NC holder are not granted or cannot be given the QTS license if they apply. You must have either NC with other university qualification, or your other qualification must be up to level 6 standard. So at the moment, NC holders are not eligible on the teaching route in the UK. The next question on your mind is, how do I apply for the QTS status? Just go on UK website, gov.uk, and search assessment route QTS. Then you will see the link in which you just click on and follow the questions. Then you are allowed to like put in your details based on what the question says, to like fill in your details, and they're going to tell you at the end if you qualify, so if you are eligible for the QTS status, and they're going to tell you it's going to be ready in 15 days after you've submitted some details, some certification, some requirement that they're going to have skill. Then they're going to let you know if you're eligible to apply for the QTS status or not. And if you are in the UK right now and you are thinking of changing your career, maybe from wherever you were coming from, you thought you've got teaching experience and you think, oh, you want to go back to that career because of the route right now, because of the opportunity, then I think it's much, much better because you are like closer to the source. Then you can just walk into some schools, tell them your intention, and hear what they're going to say about how you're going to apply. If luckily the school you walked into want to recruit, and they are they've got a sponsorship license to help new intending teachers, then they will tell you what you need to do to apply. And if they don't, they might give you links of some agencies that you can apply to, that you can like have ask for more information that will help you in your search for this new job opportunity. If you check my previous video, then you're going to see the link where I listed some schools, agencies, and on my community timeline and on my social handle. If you click on my bio, then you're going to see my social handles where I listed some agencies that recruit for schools, and that you might be the next candidate to be eligible for that post. So aside the QTS license, the TLCN license, what other qualifications do you think you might need to apply? Obviously, you're going to need your teaching qualification. You're going to need this license, the evidence that, oh yeah, you are registered to practice as a teacher from your country. And you're going to need maybe your O-level results, your school transcripts, and the police report, obviously. And that the school, the requirement for teaching jobs is going to be different from schools. So a school might ask for like 10 requirements, another school might ask for 7, 5, and less or more. So it depends on the school. So on the website where you've applied, on the teaching vacancy website, they're going to tell you what you need to bring to apply, and that is going to guide you. And another question is, how do I get a teaching jobs with sponsorship? Then you should be able to like check the vacancy, the job description, and everything they've written about that post before you apply. Then at the end of the page, the school should be able to say if they are licensed to sponsor you or not, so you won't bother applying or not. So you must be able to read through and check to see if the school is ready to sponsor, if they have the license to sponsor non-UK teachers to come to the UK or not. Instead of applying, and at the end of the day, they're going to ask you questions like, oh, sorry, you have to be in the UK before you apply. Oh, sorry, we cannot do this like that. You must know before applying. So you don't need to apply for every vacancies. You have to be sure, because your own case is different if you're applying from a non-UK country right now. So you must be able to know if this school offers sponsorship, and that they're going to assist with your documentation to the Home Office for visa. Then another question in your mind right now is, do I need to pay for the QTS assessment routes to know if I am eligible? No, it is free. It is just a link online that you just need to click through and apply. Just follow the questions, and they're going to tell you immediately if you qualify, if you are eligible, not qualify right now, if you are eligible to apply for QTS, then they're going to ask you some documentations to submit, to upload, and tell you the working days is going to take for them to get that ready for you. And that's it. Right, this question applies to majority of teachers. Maybe they are no more in employment right now for whatever reason. I'm not exempted from this question, so I'm going to ask it. And the question is, I am a qualified teacher, but at the moment I do not teach, but I want to go back into teaching. How do I go about it? Can I be accepted? Yes, why not? First of all, you've got the qualification already. You are qualified to teach, and in as much you do not have any sanction, there is no reason why you can't practice that profession. If it's just a personal decision based on family needs, health, relocation, or whatever reason, now you want to go back into the profession, then maybe for whatever reason it's taking a while. Like in my own case, it's over 10 years that I've taught. Yeah, and if I want to go back into teaching, and I've gotten my certification, I've gotten work experience, and what I would just need to do is maybe do some volunteering in schools to refresh my brain, because I'm now in a new environment with different curriculum, with different methods of teaching. Then I can get myself familiar with the school environment, learn about their standard and method of teaching. Or if I don't want to go through that, I can do some short courses again to retrain. It means get into teaching or retrain to teach. Right? So you're trying to revive your knowledge about the teaching method, about the teaching environment. Then if you can do that for some 2, 3, 4, 6 months, thereabout, then you should be fine, because it is now clear and glaring to the community where you want to do your teaching again, to say, oh yeah, I've taught before, but for whatever reason I stopped. Now I've tried to develop myself, to equip myself again. I've gone to some schools to volunteer. I've been volunteering in classroom to know about the curriculum, to get used to the environment again. And to be honest, with some interview, with some questions they're going to ask you, if you are good enough, then for real, that's it. Then you're back in the profession. And my next question is, do I need to write the IELTS to apply for teaching job in the UK right now? And the answer is no. In as much as the medium of instruction for your qualification is an English language, English is used as a medium of instruction for your qualification, then you are good to go, says the TRN Council. Okay, so you do not need to write IELTS to teach again, except if your qualification was taught in another language. Okay. Yeah, the next question is, I do not read education at my university level or in my university level, but I have PGC or PGD. Am I qualified to teach in the UK? Obviously, yes. You didn't study education in your first degree, but you've done a postgraduate course to make you have a certificate in education, and we are also in the teaching profession right now, then 100% you are qualified. But you still need to go through the TLCM process or QTS, whichever you prefer. Okay, because they're going to assess your eligibility and let you know if you qualify or not. And in most cases, you do not need to have the QTS before you apply for teaching job in the UK. The law states that you can be in the profession, you can be in practice up to 4 years before it is now compulsory to continue in that profession. Then you must either have the QTS if you haven't got that, or you already have your TLCN, and that covers you. And the next question is, what are the hotcake subject teachers required in the UK for teaching right now? Yeah, the government has specified that at the moment they only want teachers of maths, science, computer, and languages. Those are the prioritized subject teachers needed in the UK right now. But in May 2023, other subjects will be added to that list, so you never can tell. And May is around the corner. I would just advise that you just get your paperwork ready and be ready to apply. And just keep searching through the internet to like get familiar with the teaching vacancies, the job description, the requirements. Start putting that together and be ready for May if your own subject is not in the listed one for now. Another question is, I am a teaching assistant from my country. Can I apply for teaching assistant jobs in the UK right now? Yes, you can apply for teaching assistant jobs, but at the moment I can't tell you the requirement for that. The government website and UK website had not listed different requirements for different teaching status. They've only talked about teachers. So for teaching assistants, I cannot say precisely the requirements required, but when I searched, I could see that they were still asking for the QTS. The teaching assistant vacancies were still asking for QTS assessment status, which I do not know. But you never can tell. You can just apply in as much as they have the sponsorship and see if you might be picked for selection, and ask them questions on most of these vacancies for each schools. There are emails, website in which you can ask the school directly questions that are in your mind about your role, your intention, and I know they're going to answer you or give you links of how you can even go about it. And another question is there any time frame for this teaching route opportunity in the UK right now? And the answer is no. At the moment, the government has not given any time frame in which this opportunity is going to elapse. So I will advise that you keep applying, keep trying your luck, don't give up. There will be reasons for you to want to give up. You will get a lot of no, you will get a lot of unfortunately. It is normal, but do not give up. Keep applying, go on many links on many sites, but be careful. Do not pay. Some there's gonna be there will be scammer trying to like scam people, asking you to pay some money for them to get to the job, blah blah blah. Please do not fall a victim. Just apply directly to the school and say some there I've got some links of some agencies in which you can apply to. You can search for Hayes Education. I'm going to put the link down. Hayes Education, Indeed, CV Library, Total Jobs, LinkedIn, CER Education, Guardian Jobs, TES, go on Google, and Wayman Education as well, ASQ Education, Empowering Learning. All these are agencies that are real that you can try your luck on, and you never can tell if this is going to be your own year of relocation on a teaching route to the UK if you are interested. So I think I've been able to answer some questions in your mind regarding this teaching route, and I think I'll be able to like shed light on some bothering questions you might have right now. Please contact me by way of saying on my page, like and share my page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment in the comment section, follow me on my social handles, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Cheers and bye.